While you're in college, you want to make sure that you keep your GPA up, right? You want to make sure that you keep it at least a 3.0. And the reason I say that is because you may not want to go to graduate school right after you get your bachelor's degree, but you may want to get that later on down the road. And so for you to apply to graduate school later on, they're going to be looking at GPAs that are at least a 3.0. So you want to make sure that you keep that GPA high while you're in college. Now, today I'm going to talk about 2 questions that you need to ask yourself to determine if online classes are for you. Now, I know that sometimes you don't have this option. Sometimes you have to take a class because it's only offered in online format. But sometimes you do. Sometimes the class is either offered in online or it's offered in a face-to-face format. So how can you determine if online is for you? Well, if you answer yes to both of these questions, then online class would be a great fit for you. So the first question you need to ask yourself, are you disciplined? Are you disciplined? Now, when you take a face-to-face class, you know, they tell you when the class meets. You physically have to be in the classroom, let's say Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 10 to 10:50, right? But in an online format, you have to determine when your class time is. So when you are creating your weekly schedule for the week, you need to box in there when your online class meets. And you need to come up with the meeting times for that for every week. And you need to stick to it, okay? So, and that's the beauty of online. You can kind of pick that and that can fit into your schedule. But you've got to be disciplined with it. You've got to stick with those class meeting times. You've got to look at this time as like it's a face-to-face class. I've got to physically show up. You got to look at it like that in order to get the work done. You not only have to be disciplined in creating your class time, but you need to be disciplined to creating your homework time, when you're going to be answering those discussion posts, when you're going to be completing your assignments, when are you going to be studying for the test, and then take the test. And then you also need to be disciplined in finding a place where you can do this, where you live. So if the online class meets through your webcam certain times of the week throughout the week, you need to have a place where you live, where you can be, that you can devote to that, right? You're not doing other things, you're not tending to other things. And this is the thing with online. When you are taking a class online, there's a tendency to not separate your duties at home with your online duties. And so you really need to find a space in which you can devote to online. And when you're meeting through the webcam, it's just you and the webcam. It's not you and then you're trying to do some other things too while you're on the webcam. The second question you need to ask yourself is, are you willing to learn about technology? This is the thing with an online class. You're going to be dealing with technology. So first of all, you need to ask yourself, do you have the right equipment to take this online class? What kind of computer programs do you need? Do you have a microphone? Do you have a headset? What do you need in order to be successful in this online class? And you just need to be prepared that there are going to be hiccups all along the way. When you're dealing with technology, it's not 100% proof, right? There are going to be issues. And so you need to pre-plan for these issues. So you need to make sure that you're uploading assignments well in advance. You're not doing it at the last minute. Because if there's a technological issue that happens, you know, if you've done it well in advance, you're not affected by that. Your grade is not affected by that. So, and if there are, you know, continuous technological issues that you're having, just be prepared to carve out time to meet with an IT person to figure out what's going on and to make this doable, because there are going to be technological issues. Just plan for that. Well, I hope these questions help you in deciding if online format is a good format for you. If you want to click on the video above, you can click and check out the 5 tips to finish your college journey.